Right now, you're not stuck in life, you're stuck in your head. And yes, it feels like thinking is doing something, like you're being responsible, like you're preparing. But if you're honest, most of what happens up there isn't planning, it's rehearsing, replaying, arguing with people who aren't even in front of you, running worst-case scenarios like your mind is a little movie studio that only produces horror films. Then you wonder why your chest is tight before the day even starts. You're not tired because life is heavy. You're tired because your inner narrator won't stop talking. Here's a thought that might sting in a useful way. You live in your head because reality scares you. Not reality as in the world is evil. Reality as in real life requires contact. Real life requires you to feel things, to risk embarrassment, to risk disappointment, to risk not being liked. Thinking is safer. Thinking lets you stay in the control tower instead of landing the plane. Up there, you can run simulations forever. Down here, you have to touch the ground. Overthinking isn't intelligence, it's an addiction to control. Your mind whispers, if you analyze it enough, you'll prevent pain. If you imagine every outcome, you'll be ready. If you judge yourself first, it won't hurt as much when other people do it. Sounds smart, sounds mature. But look at the results. Has all that thinking actually protected you? Or has it just kept you trapped? Because a mind without training is like giving a toddler a sharp knife and calling it freedom. It's not freedom, it's chaos with a fancy label. And the wild part? The prison door is already open. You just keep sitting inside because you've confused the cell with your identity. Thoughts come and go like clouds. You can literally watch them appear, which means you're not the thought, you're the one noticing it. The watcher, the awareness behind the noise. Most people forget the watcher, then they start living as the noise. And when you live as the noise, life feels loud, confusing, and dangerous, even when nothing is actually happening. So how do you get out without turning it into another mental project? Simple, but not easy. You return to the body, because your mind can lie all day with perfect grammar. Your body doesn't do poetry like that. Your mind says, I'm fine, while your shoulders are up by your ears. Your mind says, I don't care, while your jaw is clenched. Your mind says, I'm strong, while your breath is shallow like you're bracing for a hit. Your body tells the truth in the most annoying way, by being honest. Try it right now, seriously right now. Don't make it spiritual, don't make it complicated. Just feel one breath. Not think about breathing, feel it. Maybe you notice it in the nose, maybe it's in the chest, maybe it's in the belly. Even one honest second of sensation can interrupt the story, and that's not magic, it's mechanics. Attention can only sit in one chair at a time. If attention is in sensation, it can't be an imaginary drama at the same moment. That's the doorway. Now the mind will resist this, like it's losing its favorite drug. It'll say, this is boring, or this won't help, or you have bigger problems. And you'll feel the pull to grab your phone, to check something, to get busy again. Normal. That's the addiction fighting back. So here's the shift. Stop fighting thoughts like they're enemies. Just stop feeding them like they're kings. A fire doesn't need to be defeated. It needs to stop receiving wood. And here's where things get real, because this is the part most people avoid. You live in your head because you're scared to feel. Thinking becomes a shield against emotion. Sadness comes up, you analyze it. Fear comes up, you plan obsessively. Shame comes up, you replay every mistake. Loneliness comes up, you scroll until your eyes burn. Uncertainty comes up, you beg for reassurance from anything that will give it. Yet you can't think your way out of feeling, you can only feel your way through. So when you catch yourself looping, ask the question that cuts through the fog. What am I refusing to feel right now? Then don't answer with a story. Answer with the body. Where does it live? Throat, chest, stomach, face, shoulders. Stay with the raw sensation just long enough to prove you can handle it, and it starts to move. Because emotion is energy in motion. It only turns into a personality when you trap it with constant thinking. Once you start returning to the body, something changes. You notice space. You notice choice. Thoughts still show up, sure, but they stop feeling like commands from a god. They become what they always were, suggestions, and some of them, honestly, are silly, not evil, not deep, just silly, like a drunk friend trying to drive your life, so you take the keys back. You label the noise, worrying, judging, remembering, planning, and you return over and over, not because you're failing, because you're training. Nobody stays present forever. The difference is whether you notice and return or drift for hours and call it normal. Think of attention like carrying a cup filled to the brim with water. Walk calmly, the water stays. Start sprinting in panic, it spills everywhere. Most people spill their attention all day. Social media, comparisons, regret, imaginary arguments, fear of rejection. Then they sit down and go, "Why am I exhausted?" Because you leaked your life force into places that aren't even real. Single tasking becomes a superpower here. Eat and eat, walk and walk, speak and speak, work and work. A present person isn't in a hurry, even when moving fast. There's a steadiness, people feel it, not because you're better, because you're not fragmented. Now there's another uncomfortable truth hiding under all of this. Living in your head is also a way to avoid responsibility. Thinking feels like doing, planning feels like progress, but action is where accountability lives. Action can fail, action can be judged, action can reveal where you're actually at. Thinking can hide you, so you say, "I'm preparing," but you're hiding. Waiting for the right time, but you're hiding. Need more information, but you're hiding. The mind is clever like that. It wears fear in a suit and calls it logic. So you outsmart it with one rule. Is this thought leading to action or leading to another thought? If it leads to another thought, stop, return to breath, do the next obvious thing. One thing. Not your entire future, not your whole identity, the next obvious thing. Write one sentence, send one message, put on your shoes, wash your face, do one push-up, clean one corner of the room. The mind is powerful in stillness. Action breaks the spell. And here's what happens when you do this consistently. Your identity starts dissolving. All those old labels, I'm shy, I'm behind, I always mess up, I'm not enough. They start looking like what they are, rehearsed lines from an old script. It can feel like death to let them go, because the ego panics and goes, if I'm not my story, then who am I? Good. Let that question open. That's the doorway to real life. Picture your mind like a noisy room. People shouting, music blaring, phones ringing, everyone trying to get your attention at once. Most people try to fix that room by shouting louder. More thinking, more planning, more arguing, more stimulation. But the solution isn't louder. The solution is to step out. Returning to breath is stepping out. Returning to your feet on the floor is stepping out. Returning to sensation is stepping out. Returning to the next action is stepping out. The noise might still exist, but you're not trapped inside it anymore. That's freedom. Quiet, clean, practical freedom. So here's the appeal, straight to you. Stop living your life through the filter of fear. Stop calling anxiety personality and overthinking intelligence. Start treating your mind like a tool you pick up and put down, not a home you hide inside. Today, when you catch yourself spiraling, don't panic. Smile a little. Seeing the trap is already a form of escape. Take one breath like it matters. Feel it enter. Feel it leave. Then do the next obvious thing. One small, real action in the real world. Reality only scares you until you meet it. And when you finally meet it directly, you realize it was never your enemy. It was your life, waiting for you to come back.